promised we'd do it, and we are. Dave Storm joining us, Midnight Mayhem alumni. I'm proud of it. He has a jersey on the back that says, I used to play in Midnight Mayhem.
I survived.
I survived. Former inmate. So we're adding Storm into the mix. You obviously already know Dave Lauber and DeViva. They are in a newer band called All In. I'll let you describe it instead of me. I mean, what kind of music? I come to the All In show at Fredster's Friday to see you guys because it's the highlight of my Memorial weekend, and I will be there to see you.
Excellent.
Because I'm going to hop between the two. Tell me what I'm getting.
Well, All In plays all of your favorite songs, and we really try to make this ground zero for the party in Orlando. You're going to hear dozens of songs that you love, old, new, and we have an incredible lineup of musicians. All of us sing. All of us are veterans of the scene, so you're really getting top-notch performance and stuff like that. We're just really excited to hit this great place. Fredster's is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
We've been there a few times.
I ran into you there just a couple weeks ago.
That's right. That's right. So we can't wait to storm that stage. And
no pun intended.
No pun intended. Always.
So obviously, we've got Lauber on the drums, right? We've got you on bass. Mm-hmm. DeViva on lead vocals. Who's doing the other spots that couldn't be with us?
We've got Don Jensen on keyboards, who came from the awesome Clicker band.
I just saw him on Sunday.
Clicker too.
Yeah, well, I knew that.
That's
yeah.
We extracted those two from Clicker, but Clicker has disbanded, so it's okay. Yeah. Don't worry. There's no
Bill, we
tension.
love you.
Bill with one L, and the guitar player, we're going to call him Gary B. He doesn't want his last name involved, which is fine. We call him Gary B. That's his stage name. He's an awesome guy.
Witness protection is really strict.
Yeah.
They're really strict. Yeah. And so those guys are, well, I know Don is a veteran and is ridiculous on the keys.
Ridiculous.
Programs everything exactly the way it's supposed to be. Every sound, every nuance. Like, that's
incredible.
Very cool. I have not met Gary B. Are we allowed to know what bands Gary B has been in, or with this?
I don't know much about this guy. We found him on the side of the road.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
We don't know how he is, who he is, what he is. We don't know, but he can play some guitar and he can sing.
Mad guitar skills.
Yeah.
And
Gary's
good vocals.
out of New Smyrna area. I don't know a lot about his past musical, but I know he's done this before because I can tell.
The police will tell you when they come.
I basically met this guy from an ad, so we don't have a musical history, so I don't know his history. But he's fantastic, and as the band name, which he picked, states, he is all in, 100%.
Yes, he is. He
is
all in.
And he's so all in that although I created the project, I gave it to him because he was that all in.
I was just going to ask you that. So you started this.
I started it. He is the band leader.
He is now the band leader.
He's the band dad.
Very cool. That just means he has to do all the crap. Yeah. I know how that works. Yeah. I know how that works. So how are you picking your songs? Because you haven't had enough shows for the crowd to tell you yet. So how are you picking your songs?
I mean, for me, when I came with them, Dave was really, generous. And I have been playing locally for over 15 years. I have over 300s of songs. And there's songs that I love to sing that I feel resonate. My thing is always to sing what makes the crowd come alive. It's not about me, it's about connecting with the crowd. And over the years, there's certain songs that I feel that people just love. So some of them are new, some of them are older, some of them other bands are not playing, some of them are super dance, because we got Don Jensen. When I knew Don was coming, I was like, oh my God, we can play anything! Because he makes every sound, like I said, it just comes, you can't do that with every band, what he's able to do. So, and then of course they had some different songs, and Storm, I have a little clip of him on our Instagram. Wow. He is a man of many voices, super like there's a black man living in Storm. And he comes out and does his soul and all kinds of amazing stuff.
Have you heard Hakuna Matata yet?
We have not, but we have heard Hot Hot Hot.
Okay.
So in the Instagram, when it's late and it's tired, he pulls out, hot, 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 and we all go nuts. It's just incredible. He's wonderful.
When the things get crazy enough, you will get a version of Hakuna Matata that is amazing. He used to do that with Stevie Q and Midnight Mayhem, and it was like right off the soundtrack. It is awesome. It is awesome.
Yeah.
So, since you have all these songs, what's your favorite?
Oh my gosh! I mean,
you gotta have something you love to sing.
It's your favorite. I mean, we have one that I'm really enjoying. It's "Evacuate the Dance Floor."
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a good idea.
It's because all the dancers need to come.
COVID protocols.
It's COVID protocols, exactly. But it's a super dance song. Lots of great sounds, and finally we're getting to sing "Hey Ya." you know, which is wonderful. We
Outkast.
got all the sounds by Outkast for Hey Ya. So those are two songs I'm really, really kind of excited. And then, of course, I love to do one of my favorites, Superstition. I love to do some real like R&B and throw down as well. So.
And what about you? You've got to have a favorite
Well,
song on the list.
the surprising thing is, like, with all the singers, it's a lot of diversity in the sound. And I'm enthralled right now because Don Jensen's singing a Bryan Adams ballad, which is one of
Really?
my favorites.
Which one's he doing?
Well, it's Everything I Do, right?
Everything
Right.
I do.
Nice.
And as a bass player, I just get to sit back and pluck a quarter note or a whole note. And I just listen to Don, and it's going to melt everybody on the floor.
That is awesome. That's a great
Hearts
song.
are going to just break when he sings.
That's from
Yes.
Robin Hood, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right.
Yes,
That's
it
right.
is.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And now, you're much more a rock and roll guy than
I
a
am.
dance music guy.
Yeah, he's coming.
Right?
around.
When I heard that it was your project, because originally that's when I talked to Storm, you mentioned it was yours, and that you were doing dance, I was like,
People are
we're
just
talking about
wondering
Dave
why,
Lauber from
why,
Thunder Jet.
right?
Yeah. How did we get here?
Why? It's weird, but as I get older, and obviously I am, I'll be 59 in about a week or so.
Oh, wow. Happy birthday.
And I got an electronic drum set.
Yeah.
And it weighs 30 pounds.
Right.
And it loads up in like 2 trips. And I really like
And it glows red.
Oh, does
Well,
it glow?
yes, it does.
Let's just
Okay.
say Tribucon is not going to be accepting my electronic drum kit.
No,
But I want
they're
to
not.
work a little less hard in my later years. And I've never done a dance band, and I know that, you know, it's fun and they can make good money. So I just had too many Fridays and Saturdays open. So that's how this started. I just wanted to start another project, and it kind of turned into a dance band over time. It was supposed to be just a cover band. But I said, well, let's take it to another level and see how far we can push this thing and see if we can do wedding receptions and corporate gigs and things like everybody always wants to do to make more money.
Sure.
But it's also a really fun project because I've been playing classic rock for 45, 50 years now.
Right. It wasn't classic when you
And,
started.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Understood.
It was dance
something
music.
It was
fresh.
dance
Yeah,
music,
yeah,
right.
Something fresh, something new, something, and I get to play electronic drums with all the neat little sounds.
Did you know any of the dance music when you started the band, or was this kind of like you got to learn a new style that you didn't really
I
deal
did
with?
play a lot of these over the years because I did not just play rock and roll. I've actually played in jazz bands and different types of bands. I've been in marching bands, so I knew a lot of different songs.
I'm talking more about like the newer, like the Bruno Mars, the Katy
Well,
Perry.
Clicker,
the-
what, that.
I did fill in
Clicker,
on
yeah.
bass with Clicker,
And
so
we
I knew the
did a lot
songs
of
on
dance
bass.
music
I
as
gotcha.
well, and so that's how
I was
that
their go-to
connection.
backup bass guy,
Yep.
so I knew all the songs' structures.
That's
but I
band
had to translate.
175, by the way. You said that.
It's neat between Don and Dave. Like, there's this authenticity to what we do, where we really try as best we can to match the arrangement of the original song.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta just throw it out and say, "All right, we're gonna make this our own." But you know, you keep, I've got to get this kit dialed in this part, and Don's the same way.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Yeah, I'm
neat.
trying to
That's
have.
very
I
cool.
don't have enough for a kit for each song, but the
Yeah.
kits that have, you know, certain drum sounds for certain songs that have to be there. I can't do that with an analog kit with these dance songs, but
Understood.
I can do it with the electronic kit, and I have kits programmed for certain songs.
It's funny, I'm mostly electronic for Midnight Mayhem, but it wasn't because of the sounds. As a matter of fact, I don't change them. It was because the clubs were starting to get, the bands are too loud and we're not going to bring them back.
Yeah.
And we were like, hold on a second, what if we did this?
Right.
And they're like, oh, you guys, yeah, okay, you can come back. So I when we played Traders last weekend, we played the amphitheater. Using the acoustic kit is kind of a treat because we don't get to use it that much. I don't think the acoustic drums in my ambulance have been out in 3 years.
Wow.
I only had to bring my trailer to 1 or 2 places because the ambulance doesn't fit or whatever. So I use it for a different reason, but I definitely appreciate it's much easier to load.
Yep.
It's much quicker to get in and out, and you certainly have more diversity. And
And
you
they've
don't
come a
need
long
sound
way.
effects because you have Dave Storm.
Right.
I have sound effects pads to do all the sound effects. Do you have a surprise favorite that you didn't think you were going to dig into that you're like, wow, it's really cool, I like it?
That would have to be probably Uptown Funk is a very high energy song that I really enjoy to play. I did enjoy playing it on bass, but it's a lot more fun on the drums. For some reason, it's the simplest beat in the world, but it's got a groove, you know?
No, it definitely has a groove. And so, with all the other projects you have going, and you two don't have other projects going.
I mean, I do a songwriting. I'm doing some new songwriting. Years ago, I was signed, and I did release music in Europe, dance music. And now I'm also with Wills and the Ways as well. And
Yeah.
so we're just getting started. You know, I was really hit by the whole COVID thing. So, but now between All In, which is blowing up, and Will's and my songwriting project. I don't have time for a lot of other things.
Understood. So how often are you guys going to be able to play?
I'm not a full time.
No, and how
that?
often do you think you'll be able to play? What are you looking to do?
Probably 2 to 3 weekends a month. Friday and Saturday is what we're hoping for.
Nice. And you're already in Drunken Parrot. I heard they loved you down there. I watched the
We had
live
a lot
stream.
of fun.
They have cameras on all of you for the live stream. I am bringing like a Power Rangers mask. Holy crap. But I saw the show, and it's awesome that you could watch it from home and check it out. That
Yeah.
was awesome.
It
And then
was.
you're doing Friendsters this weekend,
And now we're still booking. Yeah.
and now you're still booking.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, all the clubs are going to start booking for next year.
Right.
Any day.
Yeah.
Right around the June time frame, so I'm sure you'll be able to pick stuff up. Sounds like you'd be a great fit at like Cafe Murano and Dexter's Lake Mary and
Yeah.
all kind of the Midnight Mayhem haunts. You're kind of in the same vein.
Yeah. And I played those places. I love Dexter's, love Cafe Murano, and they're just fun, great crowds, great energy places to play. The kind of music that we're playing, I think will be received really well.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
And if I could plug this guy real quick, totally unselfish. He's got a band who should be in competition with us, but he's actually helping us get started,
Aww.
so we can take all his work, which is weird. But
It's weird, but I know a good lawyer if you do. So I'm totally.
But
Look,
totally
there is enough.
appreciated, man.
I'm happy to help. There's enough venues and enough bands to spread it around.
I always
mean,
look at
if,
it that
if
way.
we
I
play
do
a
too.
venue like if we play Dexter's in January, we're not coming back till March or April because the crowd doesn't want to see us at the same place every week.
Right.
There's plenty of extra room, and there's not a lot of dance bands. There's a lot of bands that say they're dance, but they have 3 songs. They're
Right,
not.
right.
They're 90s rock. They're
Yes.
80s rock. Which is, look, the reason we went into dance is because we looked at the landscape. Can you believe Midnight Mayhem was 8 years?
Oh yeah. I mean,
8.
Wow.
So when we looked at the landscape, Skin Deep and My Gen had classic rock lockdown. Competing with them is like, you just don't bother.
Right.
Don't bother. Rocket Fly had hair metal completely under control. There's nothing we were going to do with that. Crash Rocket had everything except dance under control. Like, that was the whole, is dance music. So we
Right.
went into it because that was the gap, and we were the only one doing it, so you booked us, and we didn't have competition. Now you're starting to see 3-4 good dance bands come out. Now clubs seem to be getting more interested,
Yeah.
oddly enough, in having the dance bands in. Even traditional rock clubs are like, why don't you come down? Like, we're doing the Drunken Parrot. I always kind
Yeah.
of call them really
Yeah.
bad at that. But we're doing the Drunken Parrot, and like 2 years ago, they wouldn't have even thought about
Yeah.
Right.
doing
But they love
drunk-
dance. They're starving for good dance
Yep.
music.
Exactly. So there's
Yeah.
plenty of room to go around. I'm always happy to help you. You guys are always happy to help. Plus, Storm's family. He's Midnight Mayhem alone.
That's right.
I mean,
That's
come
right.
on.
We appreciate
so,
it. We appreciate it.
I'm looking forward to seeing the other clubs you guys put out. Do you have a place online that a club owner or just somebody wants to check you out can check it out? Is all your stuff on your Facebook? Or is there a place to go check everything out?
we actually, I'll defer to the guy who actually built the website,
Yeah, it's theallinband.com.
theallinband.com.
And then we're on Instagram and Facebook as well.
And is it
All in
are
Band.
all of them the All In Band?
Instagram
is All In.
Yeah.
And then Facebook, of course, if you put All In or the All In, just try them both. All In,
Yeah.
the All In band, and we're posting clips of our practices. We have a ton of fun, and
I can't imagine you're having fun. Dave Lauber, Dave.
we have so much fun, and we do like pizza nights and stuff. We just make it a blast.
Yeah.
And then Storm is doing some really cool graphics. I'm doing reels. So there's all kinds of stuff
You know,
already.
he's
a lot
like
of,
ridiculously talented with the
I
graphics and the
know.
video.
Whole
And
band,
the,
yeah.
He's already made the logo and
when he was
tons of
coming to the band
videos.
crawl, I'm like, this shit better be right.
Oh.
He knows what he's doing. So tell me, what are you learning now? What's on the horizon that's going to be at the next couple of shows from All In that people don't know
We
about?
started Come On Eileen.
Really?
And all of a sudden it was like, holy crap, this song
That's
is challenging.
a lot of stuff. Who knew?
I was like, oh, nobody's playing it. Let's try it. It'll be great. It's like, oh, that's why no one's
That's why nobody's doing
There's
it.
a whole lot going
You think you're
on
going to
in
do it?
that
You're still going to
song.
work through it, make it happen?
Don Jensen has to play banjo,
Fiddle.
clavinet, fiddle, a couple of organs, accordion. So once he figures that out, we'll throw it in there.
And he will is the scary part.
That's right.
Yes, he will.
Yeah, he'll program these 2 parts. We'll play those 2 parts.
I think we're adding moves like Jagger
Oh, yeah, that'll be
next,
good.
right?
One thing, yeah, it moves like Jagger. And one thing about Don that I always have to say when I was playing with him in Clicker, he would bring a B3 organ.
Yeah.
The
real
whole
one.
trailer, and he would roll it up onto the stage. And I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, it's nothing. as well as 3 or 4 keyboards.
He's still trying to adjust not doing it.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
He's still trying to adjust.
insane.
He's very, very
the
talented.
only band where the drummer breaks down before the keyboard.
Yes, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's saying
Yeah.
something. Are you using? Now you're using your electronic drums for All In.
Yes.
Okay, so then you should be breaking down before everybody.
I can pull 4 wires and walk out with my drums. In fact, I did a show not long ago with another band, and I used these. And as I was walking out to my van carrying my entire drum kit, a lady stopped to talk with me. So they were so light, I didn't even have to put them down. And she told me, my boyfriend was a drummer. And I said, really? Did he bring his drums with him like this when he took you out on dates? And she said no.
And that's how you know we're getting older, because 20 years ago it was, I'm playing 2 24 by 24 double kicks. I've got a 12 and 13 rack tom, 2 floor toms over here. And now we're like, I can carry my drums out in one trip.
Yeah.
If you play the Hard Rock in Daytona, you will love that you can do that.
Yes.
The load, I love that place, but it's a very long load in to get in there.
Yeah.
And when I would bring my double bass with the riser, 5 trips up the elevator, through the hall, down, which is great once you get it up there. But I've gone electronic there too for the exact same reason. So you're adding Come On Eileen, probably. You're adding Moves Like Jagger, which depending on the night will be Moves Like Jaeger, right?
Yes.
You guys are behind the Viva.
Well,
Right.
I wouldn't say
So-
behind. I mean,
No. They're the backing band. They're backing the lead vocalist. What is your favorite thing to hear her sing? There's got to be something in your in-ears when you're rehearsing or out at a gig that you're like, oh my God, I love this.
Look, everybody plays it, but I still love to hear her sing it, Superstition, which she puts so much soul and so much character and so much sass into it. It really elevates what is one of my favorite Stevie Wonder songs to a whole new level. That's my
What about
take.
you?
Well,
He's trying to remember if he plays in the band.
he
Yeah.
stole my song.
He stole your song. Do you have a favorite song that when you're listening to the band behind you, you're like, these guys are crushing it? Like, there's got to be a song
I
that you
mean,
love the
I've
way they
never honestly played Uptown Funk with
Oh, yeah.
the way they play it.
Yeah,
And I
that's
played
really
it with a lot of different bands. I used to sub for other bands as well. And the way that they play Uptown Funk, I was like, this is the way
Well,
that it was meant to be.
He is all groove all the time.
Oh,
All groove all the time.
yes.
We used to play Sweet Caroline. We'd get requested for it and we'd play it, and we would play it, and I was like, why is this grooving? This is a good song. Like, why? He is all groove all the time.
Yeah.
Obviously, world famous on drums in the area.
Yeah.
When he's not playing bass or doing, what,
Yeah.
I mean, come on. So you've
And
got
they're-
a,
and
you've
they're
got a
doing
great
They're
lineup.
doing a great job on Heya as well, because they're
I'm
all
excited to hear that.
singing. And and that one little dee 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 dee, it's just so, and I feel like I turn into someone else. I'm still working on who I'm turning into, but it's not quite me, because you have to have a certain type of personality to sing that song.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. you do.
Oh yeah, definitely. Even if you watch the video, you're like, this guy's a little
This guy's
crazy.
a little crazy.
That's why it was one hit. Awesome. So there's got to be, and I don't know if there is one yet for this band, because this band is new, but there's got to be a like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened moment. Right? If it's not in this band, that's fine. But there's got to be I was at a show or at a rehearsal, and you can't believe it happened. And I'll let you go first, because you've been playing since Pharaoh. So you've got like 300.
Well, should I go there? I'm going to go there.
All
Go there.
Boy, do I step out?
All right.
Oh, God. I'm
All In
scared.
is not the original version of this band. It
Oh,
started,
yeah.
it started as Sugar Shots, and it started back in summer 2020. I put a band together. We did a New Year's show. The guitar player got way drunk. I fired him, had to start over.
Okay.
So we worked on it for another year and did another New Year's show we had a girl singer, had a new guitar player, our present guitar player, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, we did the second show. The second show didn't go well. The female vocalist I had, I won't mention her name, decided we were running a little behind schedule, and I'm trying to get everything working, and she was getting antsy, and she like bad-mouthed me a little bit on the microphone in front of the whole crowd
Oh, over the PA.
over the PA.
Nice.
Which she didn't realize that's where I play every Friday night. This crowd was a Dave crowd, and they just turned on her. And that night, on New Year's Eve, I had to not only fire her from the band, but actually ask her to leave the bar because it was getting hostile.
Oh.
So,
So
this really just happened. And
Wow.
so we had to finish the night as a three-piece, as a trio without a female singer, and we did, and we had a good time. But that's how this version of the band got started, because I'm sitting at home like, oh my God, all these 2 years and I got nothing. It all fell apart. Who do I know that can sing?
And I remember getting a message from
Yeah.
him. I was in Honolulu and it was New Year's and I had just gone over a really bad breakup.
Why were you looking at your phone?
And had gone over a very bad
Honolulu on New
break.
Year's,
I
it's
was a
in the
bad breakup,
Pacific.
and it was raining almost the entire time. And they're like, it never rains in Hawaii. Well, luckily, it's not my first time. And I'm like on a dark road, I don't know, and I'm with family, and then I see this message, and he's like, Jen, are you still singing? I'm like, hell yeah, how much do you want me to sing? I'll sing all night long, all year long. All I wanted to do was just like, after not singing for so long and going through what
Just
I
wanted to
went,
be
I
right
just
back
want
in it.
to get like back into it and sing like every weekend. So it was perfect timing.
Yes, it was. And when I remembered her, because I was like, who do I know that can do this? And then, bing, clicker. I used to play bass with them. That girl always impressed me.
And Bill's like touring the world right now or something.
Yeah,
he just
he
kind of
is.
like
He's
packed up his
retired
stuff.
and he's hitting
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's
Indonesia or somewhere.
Yeah,
Who knows where.
he's all over the world.
Now you've
so
done
we follow
enough.
them.
You've done enough gigs. You've got to have one also.
Oh,
You've got
what?
something that at a show, at a practice, or something that you're like, oh my god.
Oh yeah. What is the place in Mount Dora that everybody plays at one bar?
The American Legion or the Oasis?
No, it's the other one. I can't remember.
Or Pisces Landing.
No, I played that one. It always rains when we would out there.
Sounds like Mount Dora's got a lot of bars going on.
There's another one, McGregor's, right?
McGregor's.
And so I was subbing for, I guess they're Sound Theory now.
Was
and
Eastside
so-
Rock back then, probably, right?
Maybe it was not Sound Theory. I'm trying to remember. It's my wonderful girlfriend. But anyways, I was subbing out there, and they told me every time I would sub for them, there was a bar fight. And I was just like, and besides being in bands for 15 years, I've been a worship leader for as long, 14, 15 years too. So
Which
yeah,
is less fights.
which is much
Yeah.
less fights. And so from the corner of the room, like it starts, and my bass player pulls me on stage because apparently just fights breaking out. And I remember just getting on stage and singing Amazing Grace to them.
During the bar fight?
During the bar fight. And they all stopped and looked at me and calmed the F down.
Really?
Yes, they did.
It's because they were all Jewish.
I was like, we having
Hey, it
worship.
worked.
We having
It
worship
worked.
right now.
It worked. We can't fight. She's praying.
It was a bar mitzvah bar fight.
You've got to have something.
I think
Probably something my dumbass
like my
did.
first time playing with Midnight Mayhem at Cafe Murano, the drummer said, "All right, it's time for a break. Be back on at 7:47." I said, "Great," and I went for a big long walk. And at 7:27, I get these urgent calls from Stevie Q saying, "We're starting back up. Where are you?" Because the drummer couldn't add, and he added about 20 minutes extra onto the first break.
I did.
First time
I
playing
looked.
there.
I looked at. He would walk the lap.
I'd walk around the lake.
And we
Pretty
got off, and
Jerusalem.
I looked at my iPad, and I was like, okay, 20 minutes from now is 7:47.
Yeah.
It was not.
No,
it was
27.
And so he's like, he comes back in just like, he had run back to the stage, and he's like, what are you doing? You said 7:47. I'm like, I did. And I said to Stevie, I'm like, that's not right, because you all came back. He's like, we were all here. I'm like, oh. Yeah.
So I stopped walking between sets.
That's
That's a big lake.
Learned a lesson. Yeah, it
That's
was a long.
mile.
It was a great little walk.
It is. I probably caught him on the I-4
Yeah,
side
yeah,
away
exactly.
from Ryan.
Yes.
Well, I think this is awesome. I'm thrilled to see you do something that's different, because this is totally out of your
It is.
normal zone, which is amazing. I'm thrilled to see you playing anything, anywhere with anyone. I'm just a Dave Storm fan, you know it.
yeah,
And I
that's
expect my Hakuna Matata. I will be at Fredster's. Hakuna Matata!
There'll be a tip jar up front.
Oh,
the-
you got
yeah,
it.
the price.
No problem. I will tip it. So I'm anxious to see you guys at Fredster's. I'm definitely going to go check it out. I remember when you rehearsed here with Clicker.
Oh, yeah.
And Don, even at rehearsal, I remember him like loading gear in
I know.
and being like, "What is he? Is he moving here?" Like he had all this stuff, but he's fantastic. Like I'm very excited to see the band. If anyone wants to check them out, they've told you about all the social media pages. We'll drop links in the band crawl for you to go do it. All the clubs are getting ready to book. This is the time to be out there doing it. Are you the booking contact? Is it Gary? Is it Storm? Who's booking?
Any of us three, anybody in the band will always go get it to the right person. But,
All right, so there you go. So shoot them a message on Facebook. You can message me, get a hold of Storm. Like it's pretty easy to get a hold of everybody. I'm sure we're going to see you guys out and about. And it's Friday at Fredster's, correct? Friday night. What time are you on? Are you 7 to 10 there?
8 to
8 to
11.
11.
8 to 11. So 8 to 11 out of Fredster's. I'm definitely going. I'll be there when it starts. I'm going to check out the first part, and then I got to
you
go
want
see
to talk
Torn.
about your little thing before you got time?
Yeah, we are
Oh,
doing.
sorry.
No, that's okay. It's kind of a friends and family appreciation kind of event. So my other life is real estate, so it's kind of like a realtor thing. But my friends and my past clients are coming out, like about 30 of them.
To the Friendsters event.
Yes, from 6:30 to 8. And it's one of the things I learned to do in a duo years ago.
Oh, this is before you even start.
Before I start, so hopefully I'm going to have I'm going to sleep all day and then I'm going to party all night. But yeah, one of the things that I've done for venues is do networking events
Sure.
before or around the show to help, like if there is a venue that needs, like a new venue especially, like we need 20 people, we need 30 people, so I organize events around what we're
Nice.
already doing. So yeah.
Very cool. So they'll be out. Do you have them scheduled to stay during the show, or is this a 6 to 8
it's,
and then?
it's like a 6:30 to 8, and then for me to say hi to everybody, and then obviously we're hoping that they'll stay because at Fredster's you can eat and hear the live music, and so some drinks, some appetizers, and then hopefully they'll have dinner and party with us
And
meet
that's
us
a
on the dance
fantastic
floor.
idea. Fantastic idea, but that's how I know you're the singer. Because you scheduled it from 6:30 to 8, which means you won't have time to load in.
Well,
got an
I
event
have
to do.
I run to
You got an event to do.
I got
That's
a
it.
microphone.
That's it. That's right. Here's my mic, guys. That's it. Well, come by Friday. I'd love to see you. They'd love to see you. If you have a club and you're looking for a good dance band, absolutely hit these guys up. It's going to be a fantastic time. Thank you for making the time in the middle of your day to come out and do a band crawl. That was awesome. It's especially to see you again, my friend.
Yep.
And we will see you guys real soon.